Alright, so I'm running into some conflicting statements here that are kind of derailing me at the moment. So 5th and 6th Twilights. I'm trying to look into alibis. I was trying to order, out of all of these, who could possibly have killed them, and I've only got 3 choices. The 2nd Twilight, I couldn't really narrow anybody down. No one could have killed anybody. The 4th Twilight, conveniently enough, let's see, George had an alibi that was verified by Jessica, who we should know can't lie. So it would only be Battler or Maria who could have killed them. And as Battler says, anyone could have killed her besides George. Now that could potentially be a lie, but it's verified by Jessica, so it doesn't really matter what he says. Now I was thinking, this is when I started to get, I was like, oh man, look at this. I was like, hey look, Maria says George couldn't kill an adult, he could kill a kid though. The problem is I can't verify that Maria is not a culprit as of yet. At least I haven't done so. So I have to throw that rule out the window. George says Maria-chan couldn't kill anybody, but I can't verify that he's not the culprit. Or not a culprit, I should say. So I have to throw that out the window. And he says the 3 of us couldn't have killed Jessica, but Maria is, of course, a dirty liar. So, basically, this whole last statement, until I verify that one of these 3 isn't the culprit, I can't say anything about. On the 7th Twilight, I get Maria, Battler, George, Nissan, and I couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. Which, if he died, somebody had to have killed him. Which sounds super stupid. But that means that for him, that it couldn't have been Maria, Battler, or George. And I can verify it because Jessica's not... Man. I think I need to verify who's actually dead. I think that's I gotta verify that. If I don't verify that, then I'm not gonna go anywhere. I was thinking about the wording of it said that the people were verified dead based upon their children confirming they were dead. And with potentially all 3 of them being a liar, I can't verify any of that, but there is something interesting in that Genji potentially might not be dead. And I don't really think I have anything to verify that. However, going back to the 2nd Twilight, with the seals, it says, the group sealed the room at the same time that they left. No culprit joined the group as they left. Also, all the seals in Natsui's room, the dining hall, and the mansion will not be broken. So that dining hall seal doesn't get broken. So even if Genji's not dead, he's effectively out of the game for the rest of the game. So he might as well be dead for all purposes that I'm seeing here. So I'm going to mark him as dead. Oh gosh, Jessica might not actually be dead. Because the only verification I've got is the 3 people that I'm suspicious of lying. So I can't verify that Jessica's technically dead. Which means all of my other verification that I've been using Jessica for up until now is not necessarily true. I'm basically having to reference... Like right now I've got 3 people on my dead list. Shannon and Cannon, they are verified by Red. And then Genji, for all intents and purposes, can't affect the story anymore. So he's either dead or he's locked up alive inside of a room. Oh. Okay, I thought about it some more. I'm trying to make a list of people who are dead. We can verify who are dead. Because I think that's probably the biggest crux here, because there is the potential that someone could have slipped out of this alive, and then they could still keep killing people. So I've made a dead list. So far I've got Shannon, Cannon, and Genji, and all of their keys to go with it. And then Cross and Natsui. This has all been confirmed by the red text, or by the idea that they might potentially be alive, but they are currently locked away in a way that they cannot affect the rest of the story. I keep thinking I have great ideas, and then I keep thinking of loopholes to them, and it's killing me. So, I've confirmed that Shannon and Cannon are dead. They're actually dead. I thought that Genji, Cross, and Natsui, by the virtue of them being locked away, even if they're not dead, they're considered dead for the purposes of the story, because they're locked away and can't affect the rest of the story, but I just came to the realization that they may be locked away for the rest of the story, but they could still potentially be a culprit and be alive, and I haven't confirmed their deaths yet. So I have to cross them off my dead list currently. But I have confirmed that both Shannon and Cannon are dead. I think that's the important part to start. So anything that Shannon and Cannon says has to be truth. Alright? So we get to the death of each parent was confirmed by their own child. Now I was thinking, well, that, you know, that means they could be dirty liars, but Shannon is saying it, so it has to be the truth. Even if they're a liar, they still have confirmed it by Shannon saying they've confirmed it. So, except for Genji, all 5 of the parents should be dead. I should be able to mark those down now. And I see here that that Canon confirmed that Genji was dead. So I can add Genji back to the list. So I have officially confirmed that everyone from the first Twilight is now dead. I thought there was something in there about them, like, not killing themselves. Is that the case or not? Because I thought I remembered seeing that, but I'm not seeing that in our list of rules. And I also came to the realization, see, I was trying to figure out, okay, who could have committed what culprit, and I would cross things off as I figured it out. But it suddenly dawned on me that in, like, a pair of culprits, could one in a pair of murders, like, could one person have killed the other person? It's possible. Alright, so I currently have a very rousingly large list of people that could potentially be the culprit. It could be either, and it could be more than one of these, mind you. But out of the list, it could be Nanjo, Cross, Natsui, Jessica, George, Battler, Maria, Goda, or Kumasawa. Can't have been anybody else. Now, unfortunately, that's a lot of people. I haven't really narrowed it down very well. And to be perfectly honest, I'm a little stuck. You know, I nailed down it's Shannon, Cannon, Genji, Eva, Hideyoshi, Rosa, Rudolph, and Kyrie are all confirmed dead. But most of the other hints are, you know, I can't trust them. I'm sure a lot of them are trustworthy, but I can't trust them because I don't know that they are trustworthy yet, if that makes sense. Like 100% anyway. So I'm kind of wondering, should I go down the line and be like, okay, well, what would be the case if I trusted this person? What would be the case if I trusted this person? But I think I might end up with just about as many options as I currently have. Of interesting note, while Cross and Natsui can't affect anything after the second Twilight because they are locked up in a mansion, they could potentially have been the murderers from the first game. One of them, possibly. Because that would still fit in the line of that the first Twilight person did kill 6 people. So if one of those two was the culprit, then one of them would have killed the 6 people. This might be really choppy, I'm sorry. I'm having very sporadic thoughts, and a lot of times I'm thinking of new things as I'm talking. Like, I'll start talking, and I'll be like, wait a second, hold on, and then I'll have to cut that out, so I don't know exactly what I'm keeping in here. But Cross and Natsui could have potentially been one of them, or possibly both of them, actually. Could have been murderers from the first one. The thing is that it said the first culprit killed 6 people. So the way that would have worked out if one of them did the killing, because they couldn't have both been the killers. I just came to that understanding just now. The way this would have worked is that one of them could have potentially killed 6 people, and then they themselves got killed. That's a possibility. Or they might not necessarily be dead, I don't know yet, but that could have happened. Another possibility is one of them could have killed 5 people, while someone else killed someone else. There's a couple different ways this could have worked out, but one, either Cross or Natsui could have killed 5 people, then killed the other person, either Cross or Natsui. That's a possibility as well. But all I can say is that they have been removed from the people who could kill on the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th Twilights. And other than that, I have nothing. I have nothing. I broke it down. There's not a lot of people that could have killed them on the 2nd Twilight. Mostly because the servants' alibis have been confirmed, but both Jessica and Cannon, who I've confirmed are dead, so they're not lying. So the most I've been able to narrow down is on the 2nd Twilight, the only people that could have killed them is Ananzo, Jessica, George, Battler, and Maria. This is a bit much. I'm gonna check the hints. Because I'm really stuck.
赤き真実並みに重要な発言だってことは分かってるんだ。だが、犯人の嘘が混じってる。
針が混じってるかもしれないパンをそのまま丸飲みにして食べるバカはいないわ。
See, that's the important thing. Is that I can't take any of this truth with the potential of one of it being a lie. I have to take only truth.
すべての紫を鵜呑みにしていると全く真相が見えてこない。
針の混じったパンか。いい例えだな。せっかくの貴重な情報も一粒の嘘のせいで台無しってわけだ。
この大量の紫の中のどれが一体嘘なのか考えるだけで頭が痛くなるというものよ。
ならここでチェス盤をひっくり返してみようじゃねえか。
We do like that way of thinking, don't we?
簡単な話さ。どれが嘘かじゃない。どれは確実に真実かってことに注目するんだ。
Thanks, Battler. I think I might be a step ahead of you right now.
確実に真実とわかる紫など存在する。
それを探すんだ。絶対に犯人じゃないと確定できるやつを探す。それを見つけることができれば、そいつの紫の発言は全て赤き真実と同じってことになるんだ。
なるほど。犯人を探すのではなく、まずは絶対に犯人でない人物を探すというわけか。
Well, I've done that by making my dead list here.
基本であるな。
そういうことさ。必ずいるはずだ。丹念に探してみよ
う。まずは第一歩というところね。
お手並み拝見といくわ。
The problem I run into here is my list of dead people consists of the 6 people that are marked red. I have confirmed that they are all in fact dead. And Shannon and Cannon. That's my list. The 6 dead people say nothing because they're dead. They're dead pretty much before the story starts, so to speak. So I don't have any statements. So the only statements I can pull out of this are, and they don't say a lot, is that the death of each child was the death of each parent was confirmed by their own child, which is how I managed to figure out that those 6 people are in fact dead. Well, 5 of them anyway. She said she unlocked the door, which would mean the door was locked. I'm not really getting much more out of that, and all the servants were together the whole time. That tells you that in the 2nd Twilight, that none of the servants could have been the culprit. Cannon says that Genji's dead, which allows me to confirm that Genji, the 6th person out of the original dead people, are actually dead. Cross and Natsui lay sprawled on the floor inside the room. That doesn't tell me a lot other than that they are inside the room. It doesn't say they're dead. They're lying on the floor. That's all I get from that. They could in fact be alive. And all of the servants can provide an alibi for all the other servants. So, once again, 2nd Twilight, it limits the number of people. That's all I get from them. I'm gonna need another hint. I'm at the same spot I was.
絶対に犯人でない人物とはどういうことだろう。
ルールに犯人は死なないってのがある。つまり
I'm way ahead of you,
聞いた
battler.
話だが、死んだやつは信用できるってことになる。
ほう、それはわかりやすい。ほとんどの人物は殺された。
Problem is we can't confirm they were all killed.
それらの人物の紫は全て信用で
See,
き
I
る
thought
と
the
いうわ
exact
け。
same thing. It's like I'm going through my mental processes where I was like, oh, they're all dead. But no, that's not true.
ところがそう簡単な話じゃない。俺とお前のゲームでもたびたび問題になった死んだふり問題ってのがあるんだ。
どの犠牲者も皆検視をしているではないか。南條も紫で誰も検視を誤らないと断言している。
南條先生が犯人だったらそれも当てにはならねえぜ。一見どの犠牲者も検視されているように見えるが、どの死亡確認も紫発言だ。100% じゃない。
では誰の死ならば信用できるというのか。
とにかく犠牲者全員の検視をもう一度見直すんだ。紫発言なんてあやふやなものじゃなくて、絶対確実に死んだ人間を探すんだ。
See, that's great and all, but the only lead I get from the people I can trust that are dead is that Genji's dead, which is once again one of the original 6. The hope would be that I could find someone who's dead, who would then I'd be able to use their clues to tell that other people are dead. But unfortunately, Shannon and Cannon never really verified anybody other than Genji and the original people. So, we're gonna go for another hint.
そうか、わかったぞ。バトラ、トガキだ。
Oh, that's right. I've been focusing on the purple parts. The narrated parts are
セ
true.
リフ以外のトガキ部分に嘘はないことになっていたぞ。
ああ、俺も今気づいたとこだ。
I totally forgot that. I don't know. I didn't think it was red truth, so I couldn't trust it. But anything that's not purple is technically true as well. Is it not?
ベルンカステルは赤き真実でトガキ部分には嘘がないことを宣言している。
That's really clever. I like that a lot.
気づかれちゃったみたいよ。
気づかなくちゃ始まらないわよ。
トガキで死亡を宣告されているやつはおらぬか。そいつは本当に死んでいると断言できることになる。
そしてそいつは自動的に犯人でないということにな
I'm
る。
gonna have to go back and look at that.
のみならず、そやつの紫は信頼できるということになる。
トガキで死亡を語られている人物を探してみよう。横たわっていたみたいな、生きているようにも死んでるようにも見える曖昧な表現でないやつもだ。
頭からもう一度探すぞ。
I think that might have been the key I needed. Alright, give me a second to look through this some more. Hey, okay, this is important. Narration right here says Dr. Nanjo was killed. So I can finally add something. Nanjo is someone we can rely on. And I'm gonna finish going through all this text to see if I notice anything else kind of, that catches my attention. But Dr. Nanjo is dead. Confirmed. Wait, I just realized, this is narration here. Outside the building, they found Jessica lying on the ground. It was, as anyone could tell by looking, a gruesome corpse. That would indicate Jessica's dead, right? They found Jessica lying on the ground. It was a gruesome corpse. Corpse means dead. That might be stretching it, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to grasp from that. I'm gonna go with the Nanjo's stuff first, and then if I get stuck, I'll go to Jessica being dead. And importantly, the 3 who chased after Jessica have alibis. So with that wording, it actually can't be Maria, Battler, or George that killed Jessica. That's really interesting. George, Battler, and Maria couldn't have killed Jessica. That was a pretty big hint, I think. Which means, according to what I've got written down here, it's gotta be Goda or Kumasawa that did the 8th Twilight kill. Let's go back and look at some stuff, and I'll figure it out. This is really good, actually, that Nanjo was confirmed dead, because he was kind of like confirming all the other people dead. So he confirmed both. He confirmed the deaths of both, Cross and Natsui here. On the 4th Twilight, we confirmed, I think, what was the 4th Twilight? Sorry, I get a little confused. Chapter, yeah, we confirmed that she was dead. And Nanjo said, Goda-san and Kumasawa-san died instantly. Oh, that doesn't do well for me. I don't know about this. Let me think for a second. I'm running into a bit of an impasse at the moment, even without taking Jessica's stuff into account. My list initially, before I started crossing people off, for who could have committed the 8th Twilight was Nanjo. You know he's dead. George, Battler, and Maria. Narration also says they could not have committed that. Goda and Kumasawa, which according to Nanjo, who we know is dead, says Goda-san and Kumasawa-san died in the 5th and 6th Twilights. Instantly. Which means there's no way they could have killed someone in the 8th Twilight. So I've got no one who could have done the murder in the 8th Twilight. Which is a little bit confusing. Because going down my dead list, I've confirmed that in the 2nd Twilight, both Cross and Natsui died instantly, so they're dead. I've confirmed that the 4th Twilight, we already confirmed Shannon and Jessica, both from the red and from him. I confirmed all the original being dead. Nanjo is confirmed being dead. Jessica might be the only person with some wiggle room here. Because it was worded a little awkwardly. It says that they saw Jessica lying in the ground, and then they said, such a gruesome corpse. The narration says, such a gruesome corpse. Corpse would assume that a corpse is dead. It's not really an assumption, right? I'm running into a bit of a pickle here. I really am. So for the 1st Twilight, George, Battler, Maria could potentially still be culprits. 2nd is the same. 4th, Jessica confirms that George couldn't have killed Shannon. So it's only Battler and Maria. I've got no one for the 5th, no one for the 6th, no one for the 7th, and no one for the 8th. So I am once again a bit stuck, and we are going to go back to the hint, see if maybe there's the possibility, of course, with this kind of logic thinking that I'm using, that I could have accidentally marked somebody off. And that's why I'm kind of trying to go back through these and like, okay, why couldn't they have done it? You know, and think back to the clue. And I'm trying to rethink all of this, but as far as I can tell, I've still got 4 separate murders that I've got no one who could have done, according to logic that I've also checked. Oh.
バトラ見よ。第7の番の南條については、
Yeah, I know.
ト書きではっきりと殺されたと記されているぞ。
俺も見つけたぜ。第8の番のジェシカについて。ト書きではっきりと。
Okay, so they are confirming that Jessica's dead. Good. I'm not wrong in that.
ということはつまり
南條先生とジェシカ、この2人は確実に死んでいるということ。そしてそれは
南條とジェシカが犯人ではないことを示しているというわけだ。そしてそれは
この2人の紫発言は赤き真実も同然というわけだ。
南條とジェシカの紫発言を書き出してみよう。
The pair gave each other a high five. Finally, they'd found their first big clue. A safe slice on the roll with a needle in it. They discovered some purple statements they could trust.
これは赤き真実も同然だ。ようやく見えてきたぞ。
南條先生が犯人でないことが確定なら、第一の番の彼の紫発言である私でなくとも誰も検視を誤らないが大きな意味を持ってくる。
I also saw that. I forgot to double check on that. But that would... Well, see, no one would make the mistake, but I'm kind of wondering... They might not make the mistake, but would they lie about it? That's where it's a little iffy for me.
つまり誰であっても検視は誤らないということ。
犯人でないことが確定したこの二人、南條先生とジェシカによって行われた検視は絶対に信用できるってことだ。
Okay, that's good to know. I was mistakenly assuming that anyone telling the truth would be 100% accurate in their prognosis of telling them if they're dead or not. But that wasn't entirely right, but this statement covers that for me. That's good. That's very good.
つまり南條とジェシカが死亡を確認した人物もまた犯人ではないことが確実になるというわけだ。
And I can also, since I know that both Shannon and Kenan are dead, I can transfer that over to them as well. And anyone else we find dead. Anyway.
あっちゃー、順調ね。
不思議なものね。順調だと悔しいけれど、行き詰まられてもそれはそれで退屈だわ。
よし、この二人の検視をチェックして犯人ではありえない人物を探してみよう。
うん。
That's all good stuff to know, but I found that one out. Alright. We're going down the hit line.
バトラー、南條とジェシカの紫発言のチェックを終えたぞ。
この二人が死亡を確認した人物は間違いなく死んでいる。そしてそれは間違いなく犯人でないことを示す。
そうなれば信頼できる紫発言がさらに増えるということだな。
まず南條先生だ。第2の番の犠牲者のクラウスおじさん、夏日おばさんの死亡を確認している。
さらに第4の番にシャノンの死亡も確認しているの。
They're going about this at a slightly different angle than I did, but there's a lot of overlapping statements that kind of cover this.
第5、第6の番の郷田さんと熊沢さんの死亡も確認している。
一気に白が増えたぞ。南條、ジェシカに加えクラウス、夏日、シャノン、郷田、熊沢は犯人ではないということだ。
それだけじゃない。第4の番にベルンカステルの赤き真実でカノン君の死亡も宣言されてる。犯人は死なないんだからカノン君も犯人じゃない。
南條、ジェシカ、クラウス、夏日、シャノン、カノン。
Let me double check that that goes with my list. Nanjo, Jessica, Cross, and Natsui, Shannon, and Cannon. Yeah, that's on my list.
郷田、熊沢
And Yoda and Kumasawa. Yeah, they're on my list too.
の8人は犯人ではない。
あらら、いきなり容疑者が8人も減らされちゃったわよ。
ここまでは順当でしょ。ここからよ。
これで信用できる紫発言がどっと増えたぞ。ここからが本番だ。
ああ、新しく犯人でないことが分かった人物の紫発言も確認するぞ。
Let me do that as well, just in case I missed something.